Nah, let's talk about Ja Morant.
The Ja Morant situation is funny because Ja Morant is a pop basketball icon now.
Yes. So give some context on what happened with Ja. You don't even really know, do you? I know a little.
I do.
I know a little.
But go ahead.
So basically, Memphis Grizzlies star.
NBA star.
NBA star.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, Memphis is number 2 in the East right now. Y'all see how my basketball shit coming together, fellas? I've been trying.
Memphis.
They look. I'm not. Is that not the East? Maybe the West. Do I mean the West?
Yes.
I mean the West. Y'all see, I'm getting it together. I knew they was number 2.
Memphis is number 2 in the East, so you see what I'm doing. My basketball shit.
I'm in the same West. Fellas, y'all give me some credit. I'm trying. But I know they're number 2 behind the Nuggets. Anyway, Memphis Grizzlies star, NBA star, one of the best players in the league, Ja Morant. Basically, it was like a little bit of a situation where there was talk about, his entourage and the Pacers team and pointing, red dots and fucking guns at them or something like that. And people were saying it was definitely guns. And everybody basically had smoke for Ja Morant. Mm-hmm. Ja Morant came out and said it was a fake story. They tried to ban my brother from the arena, XYZ. But it opened up this conversation of the, why is Ja Morant acting like he's hard or he didn't come from this or why is he doing that? And to me, it opened up a conversation about trying to be somebody that you really not.
Yeah.
Or trying to adhere to a life that you don't really live or don't even have to.
Nah, yeah.
But what did you think about this? I'm not going to get in the bag yet. I'll let you.
I look at two sides of it because I do feel like he could be friends with a crowd that they would just look at and say, oh, so you like them. And low-key, nah, but I come from them. Like, I might not be rowdy right now. Like, I might not really take a F&N and spray the whole Pacers bus because I'm not a savage like that. I feel like, look, men talk. Michael Jordan used to say some fucked up shit, but, like, I don't think that all of the cameras got every single thing. But I do think if Ja Morant told somebody, nigga, we'll get you whacked or
it's free to find out how hollows feel. He said that.
It's free to find out how hollows feel.
To a reporter.
I don't think... I'm going to have to call him back. Mm-hmm. I do think there could be some instance of this where they're kind of like painting him to be a way that he might not actually be. Everybody coming out and saying you're not hard. You got to think, Ja Morant, people been hating on Ja Morant for a long time. People don't like cocky behavior. So what they say about you when you cocky, when you black, is they'll say that you're like, not an outcast, but like you're like this diva. Like you're like this showman, like a showboater. He's flashy. And when the more flashy you are, especially if you at the top, they're going to want to see you fall.
Yeah.
So I think the easiest thing we can say about Ja Morant is what? You trying to be tough and you're not. You trying to be hard and you're not. And it's like, is he though? I never seen Ja Morant step to a nigga and be like, even on the court.
It's just the way he talks.
But is it okay if it's just talk?
Obviously, it ain't if you got niggas pointing hollow tips. I mean, you talking about hollow tips and got niggas pointing red dots in between in buses. This my thing. The Papa Doc comparison with Ja Morant makes sense. Because if you think of, you ever seen the movie 8 Mile? Papa Doc went to a private. Eminem basically exposes. Spoiler alert. He exposes him at the end
For 8 Mile.
What? Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for 8 Mile.
Motherfuckers ain't seen it. That's how it ends. He basically exposes Papa Doc for being a fraud. Anyway,
he's a fraud because he has a good life actually,
and he's acting like Ja Morant is like Nunu. Remember the Esquire clip? You really want to be ghetto?
Yeah.
You can have the piss in the hallway. I'll take the Picasso. Bro, people was sharing all these clips because it is kind of like that. If you look at Ja Morant's background, you do ask the question, like, why are you trying to...
Y'all saying...
Why you trying to be like these rappers? Why are you talking about it's free to find out how hollows feel? Nigga, we got pictures of you at a private school with some good white folks sitting in a chair smiling. You don't come from that life.
Y'all got to stop looking at school.
But T, you not letting me finish. We don't say that to slight you in any way. You're literally...
That's a slight.
No, it's not.
It's not a slight, but it's like you challenging who he is by saying, I saw a picture of you at a private school. Or I found out you attended a private school. You don't know his life, though.
Dog, we know how you grew up. Your father was already basically almost in the NBA. You had like a...
See, this is what I'm not about to do. I'm not going to sit here and tell a nigga how he came up. I'm not.
Okay. Let you rock. Let me ask you a question. T.I.'s son.
Yeah.
Ja Morant. What's the difference? Both of y'all, we know how you came up. That's like me trying to act like
do we know how Ja Morant came up?
Yes.
Do we really?
We know you was a baller since a young age. You was never really in the street like that. And it's not like we don't know you and you just some guy that, like you a battle rapper. We met you at your prime. We don't know shit about your childhood. We got a random picture of you. It ain't like that.
Yeah.
Where I'm in a battle saying, this nigga might not have even, that's one thing. But Ja Morant, you can literally look at this boy growing up. They could do a documentary 30 for 30 on his upbringing. T. Morant is not a random nigga. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the bigger question is, why is it a slight that you not that? You see?
The slight isn't that he's not. It's the slight. I feel like if it was him talking, he would say the slight is assuming that I'm not who y'all see.
Like that's he could have become that.
Like you don't know what I went through when I was young. I could have went through some shit, and even though I went to this private school, that doesn't mean that, even though I went to this private school, that doesn't mean I didn't grow up a tough life or had to be tough. They don't talk about when these motherfuckers, of a races, when they go and shoot schools up or do some big violent, crazy shit. I think people always say in order for somebody to be like rough or whatever, then you gotta come from it with us. Mm-hmm. It's like you come from a good side of, what I'm saying? You're not that. But it's like him acting like a rapper. We got to get away. To me, I think it's like him acting like one of these rappers out there. Is that him trying to act like a rapper, or is he trying to act like somebody from the hood? Because that's the real convo, like, is he really trying to be hood, or is he just acting like how these rappers act? Because these rappers be the same way. Y'all fuck with them, though. I'm not going to say y'all, but, we fuck with them. It's like, some of these rappers that y'all look up to that act like, or that talk like they drill, they're not going to drill shit. But it's entertainment.
It's entertainment, and it's who these motherfuckers look up to.
Yeah.
It's their influence. Ja Morant was born in 1999. He's 23, right? When you got to be 13, 14, 15, because when, even when you younger than that,
yeah,
you came up and like, you were 6 when Trap or Die came out. You know what I'm saying? Or when TM 101 came out, you was like under 10.
Okay.
So by the time you got of age, we was already into trap, bricks, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One thing that I wanted to tell you about this whole situation is the way we grew up and the things that we were influenced by, even as artists, and I think this is in the same Ja Morant. I'm not changing the subject. It's still in the Ja Morant situation because it makes sense. We grew up with Little Bow Wow. Think about it. We was young and he was young.
Okay, yeah.
Like we grew up, Little Bow Wow was rapping about girls. He wasn't rapping about fucking. But he was still talking about, getting a pretty girl, whatever. We had Lil Romeo. Think about who we had. We had B2K. Mario. Think about what they was talking.
Even Breezy was young.
Even Chris Brown in 2005.
He was young.
Think about it. They was talking about getting a girl. I'm a fly dude. You see me riding in a nice car. The kids nowadays, what they growing up with?
They looking up.
They love Pooh Shiesty. They walking around with ski masks. See, the influence to me is different. And I think that plays a role. And now that Ja got this money, as opposed to him just being a regular guy, it's like you
He can live that rapper life.
He can live that rapper life and talk tough.
He up in the ice box. He got the chains. He can talk.
Yeah.
And I don't got to rap. I could just go on the court and I'm good. You really can't tell Ja Morant shit. Ja Morant like AI. AI was doing the same thing.
It's cool to be a shit talker, but you don't got to turn into Gilbert Arenas.
They said the same thing to AI when you think about it, bro.
And this is my thing.
AI was from a real place, though. So it would never be no challenge on AI's background like you trying to challenge Ja. But when AI came, AI was showing up late. Look, AI known for like, what the fuck I need to go to practice for. He was one of the first niggas in the league that have the wristbands and
sleeve tattoos.
Yep. AI set a trend. And look, a lot of AI influence came from what? Hip hop. This nigga looked just like most of the rappers.
Yep.
So you know what?
He influenced the rappers to start wearing wristbands, headbands. Remember the rappers? Remember Omarion and them and You Got Served? They all out there looking like AI.
It's like a joint thing. So like, they saw the influence that he had and where it came from, which was hip hop, and they said he's a thug. He's a thug. He's the NBA thug. Like he's changing the game because they want you to be this laced up, regular type dude.
And you know what? I think Ja Morant is screwing his brand up. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. That Grizzlies team, and y'all, when I say that I'm like a basketball novice, I really do mean it. But a nigga DM'd me the other day and was like, bro, this is the breakdown of how the game of basketball is played. And when I clicked it, it's got this is what a free throw is. It's like some shit you give your girl who don't know shit. I know basketball. I played basketball. Terrance played basketball for hella years. I was a Dallas Mavericks fan
when they beat
Bron and them.
Weirdly.
So like I know the game of basketball. But the reason why I say that
Jump back now they got Kyrie.
I might have to spin that block. It depends on how they look with Luka. But the reason why I say that is because
spin the block.
That Ja Morant Grizzlies run against Golden State, was that last year? They was going back and forth. Golden State ended up winning.
Yeah.
The Ja Morant was going back and forth with Steph. They was, talking shit. Mm-hmm. To me, that was like, yo, I like this Ja Morant kid. He's talking shit to Steph right now.
It was his game,
and he's a baller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But now it seems like the Grizzlies, what they do, they start talking tough, and now they not likable.
Yeah.
Like the whole dynasty shit, fucked them. Now this shit, what y'all acting tough, it's like, now everybody want to see y'all lose versus y'all being that underdog trash talker that people wanted to see win.
I think people always wanted to see them lose. They don't like the fact that he's trash talking. You're not hard. Ja Morant, you're not hard. Y'all are mad because low-key he could get out there and live that way. And I get it. Maybe he's not hard. But like low-key, is he really out here saying, I'm hard? People don't like the fact that he said it's free to find out how a hollow feels.
Because, come on, Terrance.
I get it. Because, yeah.
Ja Morant, please. You're not going to shoot nobody. Number one, you're worth $200 million.
Yeah. I get it. And, like, my thing is I know. Maybe that's why I don't look at it like, wow, Ja, you're not hard. Because it's like, all right, I feel like he's just talking. Like, why y'all don't, you're not hard, y'all favorite rappers?
But then it's the fact that he said it to, like, the reporter dude. Why you tell this man that? And then, look. The red beams in the Pacers bus is extreme.
If it's true.
But it's still like, come on, Ja.
That's why I'm like, you know what? Is it entertainment? And are we just getting upset about our own entertainment? Because y'all gonna point to him and say he's acting like the rappers, and then what does that do for hip hop? You see what happens?
Nah, but this is my thing. Okay, because I'm with you.
Like,
maybe
what is that?
Maybe it's not rappers. I think it's a deeper problem with, the way we look at being tough. You didn't come up in this crazy life, but you're a trash talker.
But the way he acting, you don't, well, you know what? I guess.
How many Ja Morants you know? You know plenty niggas that talk shit like this, that's not from that life. But what do now? You would think they really are from that life by the way they live now.
That's why I say it's like entertainment. That's why I'm not looking at it like, all right. I mean, it's like, all right, he's low-key. He's not going to really put hollows through somebody and throw his basketball career away. But It's talk.
But you see, T,
And
with
it's
the
a-
Pacers thing,
Yeah.
these motherfuckers, if it was true, they out there joint pointing guns at people. So it's more like a, why do you want to do this, bro?
I guess I get it. I'm not trying to bail Ja Morant out. I'm just also looking at it like, damn, low key, people running with it. You know, people running with he wants to be hard. It's like, okay, like part of me felt like it's some of that, and then a lot of it is like a lot of people I feel like I know they don't like Ja Morant confidence. Our confidence, when we confident, and you know how I am, Terrell. I like when we confident. I don't like when we get up there and act like we was given a white horse that saved me, and if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be anything. God chose me. Yeah, that all of that is cool, but like at a certain point, we need to get past this. I can't believe that I did it and get towards confidence. But
Yeah,
this is what happens when you have confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Any situation like this, and they're gonna come smack at you. I feel like if Ja Morant, think about it, if Ja Morant was a quiet guy, think about what's the guy's name that plays for the Nets? Everybody like him because he don't laugh. Young boy that's been cooking shit.
Thomas?
Cam Thomas? Yeah, like he don't smile, and it's been a funny thing. Like, oh,
y'all see how I know who that is?
He just
Go
balls.
ahead.
He doesn't smile. Kawhi Leonard, he just balls. He doesn't smile because y'all just kind of like just want him to be like that guy that just produces.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the strongest nigga on the plantation with the biggest bat. He doesn't say anything, but he can sure chop those rocks. He can sure cut those logs. He could be some of y'all favorite guy because you don't have to deal with nothing about who he is. The more personality you have, the more unattractive you are as a player. The more, he thinks he's good. He's proud of himself. That's why people don't like Pat Bev. That's why people don't like some of the talkers in the league, because talking equals confidence. And
now you're right.
I get it. If he was pointing guns at the Pacers bus, it's like some dumb. It definitely is like,
You wildin'.
that's wild. If y'all are doing that, or if his brother's doing that, because that's the thing too. Then he said they try to get his brother. Like, I don't see Ja Morant with a Memphis Grizzlies warm up jacket on the Memphis Grizzly bus with guns,
Nah, yeah.
pointing red dots at the other bus through the tenant windows. Because I know y'all not getting on fishbowl buses.
But that's the only thing I was gonna tell you. I was gonna say you right, unless these niggas are out there being violent.
I'll tell you what, Ja Morant is going to have to take the rap for anything that his camp does.
Facts.
So if it was Ja Morant and them and his mans did that, and he got to be like, yo, don't do that. Hey, chill. You know what I mean? Because we might really have that with us, but I'm not using. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my bro. And if he do that, it is stupid. And you know what they're going to say? They're not going to say Ja Morant's brother did this. It's going to say Ja Morant and his crew pointed guns.
Yeah.
And then you got the Shannon Sharp saying, you're not hard. Yo, Loki, I got put in the middle of this.
But you know what? It goes back to, if it's your camp, it's you. I don't even think Ja was out there. I think it was his camp.
See?
I don't think that was him at all. I think it was his camp. But you know what? You make a good point about confidence, and it's kind of the same thing with art. I was telling Terrance, whoever goes toward being more weird, whoever goes for the vulnerable weird side, or the
less masculine.
They all of a sudden become this big star. Like they blow up. Like you get bigger the more vulnerable you are.
Right.
Arguable for Drake, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. From his start of his career. But Tyler the Creator came out and he was one of those rough weird type. Motherfucker was biting the head off of roaches. You know what I'm saying? They was drinking shit, throwing up in the videos. Them early Odd Future days was not today's weird. But now, you see, they were still underground back then. Now, you go towards I'm going to paint my nails and call myself a flower boy. And now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can clearly see how shit change once you go more weird. And the people that are more hard, people try everything they can to take that down. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, DaBaby was probably the most masculine rapper that we have had in a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was the closest to, like, 50 Cent. I'm out this joint with a beater on, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the first chance they got to take him down, he fucked himself. But you see how that ended up turning out.
When you have that confidence and you make a mistake, your mistake is huge. Because people say that's what all that talking gets you. That's what that confidence gets you. When you say, I'm going to go out there and win. I'm going to go out there and win. When you lose, it's like, yeah, he thought he was going to win and went out there and lost. I know how people think. Mm-hmm. So just like what you said with the baby, it's like the more confidence you have, when you make a nerd move, it looks really bad.
It looks really bad. That's so true.
People see you're confident and be like, fuck that dude. Yeah, you know, he just, look, this is how they be thinking. He just thinks he's the shit. He just thinks he's the shit. Nah, he's confident. And you think that you are shit or aren't shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't think that you amount to anything. So
no,
him
that's
being
not always
confident,
the case.
not always the case, but look, him being confident is like, because think about it. A nigga being confident about something, why does that make you do this? Why does that make you not like him? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that be having shit to do with your own personal shit.
Nah, that is true. It's this reason why people hated Floyd Mayweather for all them years, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people wanted Floyd to lose because he was cocky all them years. He was calling himself the best. So what happens? People want to see the best go down. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's undefeated and I'm not undefeated in my life.
I don't think it's always that. Like,
Well,
I hate Javonte Davis because y'all think he's so damn good, and I swear he's going to get his ass whooped.
Okay, yeah, it could be that.
You know what I'm saying?
It could be all of his fans love, all these people love him, but
and the
I
fact
don't
that
like
he's
him.
never lost.
The perfection, though. The fact that he's never lost, I want to see him lose so he can be more like all of us who take losses in his life.